You haven't got a birth certificate. Your birth certificate isn't what you think it is. And British citizen, right, is not a nationality. I don't know if you've seen any of my other videos explaining this, but even if you was born in a military base, you was still in Germany. So technically speaking, your nationality is German because that is the nation. Britain, British, is not a nation state and it is not a nationality. So if anything, your nationality is German because you was on German land. Germany. That's the nation. Nationality. You know, a British airbase isn't a fucking nation, is it? It's a corporate entity. So if you want to choose to be a British corporate entity, because that's what you do, when you represent the name on that birth certificate, you become, under their law, maritime law, you become dead at sea. Have a look into the Cestui Que Vie Trust Act 1666, right? And you will see how they robbed all our trusts, all the property that was put in trusts for us. They frauded that and declared all of us lost and dead at sea under their law, maritime law, right? So that birth certificate, or as you call it, a birth certificate, is actually just one side of a contract. That's all it is. And it's not even a legitimate contract because you was a baby when your mum signed you into that contract, right? So it was against your will. I mean, it might not be today. You might be happy walking around being British. You might be happy funding, paying tax to the British Union that are the biggest criminal organisation on the planet. If you're happy with that, well, I'm going to have to get you off my page because people who are what you've got to realise is that the British, right, are the biggest international criminals on the planet. They have forged everything, and things that are forged have been subject to fraud. Forgery is the most common type of fraud, right? And the British, we forged this and we forged that. They've basically conned people, right? They're probably the most sophisticated con men on the planet. And part of me wants to take my hat off and go, fucking well done. Very clever. But clever's clever. It's not intelligent. It's not intellectual. It's just clever. Right? And clever will always come unstuck, as it's proving. So I just thought I'd give you a little bit of insight into what it actually means to be British, because it's not a nationality. A citizenship with a company does not make you another nationality. It's the nationality in which you was born. So people that are born in England are actually English, right? But they're tricked into a British citizenship via the birth certificate. Now, judging by your comment, I'm guessing you haven't really took the time out to look in depth about the system that we are actually a part of and where these laws originated, or their laws, because England has a separate set of laws. We have a common law jurisdiction in England, the nation, right, which is in fact, it's the total opposite to the legal system, right? The legal system, if you look at the word legal, the definition of legal is the undoing of God's law, right? And God's law is common law. The law of the land, the law of England, that is our law, right? But we've been tricked out of that and tricked into this British citizenship and tricked into their jurisdiction of their maritime law, Roman civil law, whatever you want to call it. It's not the law of this land, okay? So all I'll say to you is, you've been contracted into an agenda, into a regime, into a union by your mother, willingly or, well, knowingly or unknowingly. I doubt your mother knew what she was doing. She just thought she was doing the right thing, as most mothers do, right? But It wasn't the right thing. Look at the state of England and Scotland and Ireland and Wales. Look at what is going on. Have you seen the amount of fucking children that go missing every year? It's like 8 million globally every year. That's like 20,000 children a week or something. Fuck knows what it works out, but it's in fact one's too many. One child that goes missing, never to be seen again, is one too many. There's 8 million a year. And you're telling me that the powers of this planet can't find out what's happening? Come on. And you are still claiming to be British after everything they've done. Look at the entirety of the history of the British. It is nothing to be proud of. Peace and love. I hope you see the light one day.